Hello, welcome to Quackalope, and today we are going to be doing a gameplay of Capone by Eldorado Games. This is a card drafting, bidding, auctioning, sort of anything goes free-for-all, where we're trying to be the best barkeeps during the 1920s, hence me looking like a rent-a-cop, her looking like an authentic 1920s,
Flapper.
And I'm somewhere in the middle, I guess.
And he looks like a stuffed burrito.
I do.
Either way.
With everything on top.
We're going to dive into this game. We are doing a full how to play video as well alongside this, so we won't spend too long diving into the rules. We'll get them as we kind of play the game. One thing to keep in mind, this game that we have in front of us, all the components, everything is full prototype. This game is coming to Kickstarter in early November, and so you can see all the coins are cardboard pieces. They haven't fully been cut out. The meeples are actually from Eldorado Games, the Island of Eldorado, so the previous game they had. They're blown up and still just as beautiful as ever because the production quality from this company is ridiculous. But if you're looking at this and you're like, you've seen 3D renderings of a beautiful truck, this is not kind of the final version that we will get. With that in mind, the gameplay is rounded out and we're ready to begin.
Oh, yeah.
So this game is going to take place over 3 rounds, where the object of the game is to gather as much money as you can, avoid Capone and his henchmen, serve patrons at your bar, and hopefully get some tips at the very end of the cycle. The person with the most money wins.
Which is me. Like always. They know this.
If you go back and watch our previous gameplay videos, you will see a reoccurring theme of Jan being very confident up front.
I have lost a few times on camera, but I won't lose today.
Who rolled a 1 when they said they were gonna roll an 8?
No, that was Jesse, of course.
That's true. There's things that I remember.
No, I thought that was you.
No, it's not me. Don't say it to the camera.
We've already started by doing general setup. We have handed out kind of our random different player boards. I am playing as the auctioneer. Cassidy here is playing as the banker, and Jan is playing as the henchman. Oh yeah, I'm joined with people as well. I got Jan here, who's kind of the lead writer for Quackalope.
Hello.
And Cassidy, who is coming on the team as kind of the social media expert, the coordinator here. So they are here to make me look good, which is needed.
Yeah, very much so.
So other than that, we are all going to get $20 to start the game. It'll be composed of 5 1s, a 5, and a 10. So Cassidy, if you want to go ahead and hand that out.
The banker.
Yours, gentlemen.
I'm going to go ahead and get myself...
Thank you.
I've already... Well,
You don't got access to the bank, boy.
And while Cassidy hands that out, we do have to keep in mind every player here has a specific player power. There are 5 total possible different characters throughout the game. The auctioneer, who I'm playing, I'm able to spend $3 before the bidding phase to have one of them tell me truthfully exactly how much they're going to bid. So the banker is able to...
I can pay $4, and so I can look behind both of their bars and see how much money they really have.
Yeah, so she gets to cheat in that way a little bit. And the henchman, you're able to...
So first off, my responsibility, and that's something important that we should all also talk about, but my responsibility is to make sure that y'all have your bottles in check. Because Capone is going to come and he's going to break them out if you have more than 10. And so my special power is to actually avoid Capone's wrath if any of you incur it. So it's a pretty good one. And I only have to pay $5 to make that happen.
And as Jan mentioned, we each do have responsibilities as well. Every role in the game has a superpower, an ability that allows them to break the rules a little bit. And every role also has a responsibility, from counting down the auction section to managing the money, refilling the truck, checking to see that no one's breaking the law when it comes to Capone kind of walking around. And we'll be utilizing those kind of throughout the course of the game. So I think we're ready to go ahead and swing into this.
Oh yeah, let's do it. So the first thing that's going to happen, we established the mode. We're going to be playing under casual mode. That's essentially what that means, is that we're going to have less rounds.
3 rounds instead of 5.
And so we already have our money because our lovely banker has provided the funds for our fledgling establishment. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to fill out our bars a little bit with some, you guessed it, bottles. So, Miss Digby, what shall we get some bottles?
So we're each going to get 4 random bottles at the beginning of the game, along with the $20, and that's sort of what you start your market off with. So we'll go ahead and populate the board.
So now that we filled out our bars, we need to actually fill out the market. So this van here essentially represents all the liquor that we're going to be able to feed the table with, right? So you'll notice that this is a milk truck, and typical to Prohibition era, we're actually going to be putting a lot of alcohol in this thing.
Well, and the way you determine is we're putting 4 per player.
So 12
So we're adding
bottles.
12 bottles to the top of that truck. In the official version, they actually like tuck inside. It's really nice. It's pretty. And while Cassidy does that, I will be handing out 3 different client cards to each one of us, and we'll go through a little bit of a drafting phase. Let's see here.
So the idea of the draft is to essentially look at what you have on your board and then what you could potentially have on your board. Okay, so we will be basing our decisions off of the current available information.
Well, and so these different drafting cards have a few things going on them. They have a type of liquor that each client is looking for. They have a value for when you actually fulfill that order. And then they also have a sort of set collection mechanic down there on the bottom, whether you have a gambler, hustler, racketeer, so on and so forth. If you get that amount by the end of the game, you're able to turn those in for tips, which is kind of end game victory points. So we're each selecting one of the 3 we have, and then we're passing our cards down to the left. The other thing to keep in mind is that each of us have a specialty drink. You can see that on the front of our player boards here. If we fulfill clients with that specialty drink, we actually get an extra $1 for everyone fulfilled. So something to keep in mind as we are trading. Really? Really? This is what you handed me? I mean, we were off to a good start, and then you passed me.
I don't know, I'm getting pretty good stuff around
Hey,
here.
they
Well, I'm
just
glad
want
you
some
are.
pretty good drinks. I'm
Glad you are.
Oh, look
Why
at
didn't you take them
this.
into your bar then?
Because I didn't want them.
Okay.
You know how business is.
So now that we're done with the client drafting phase, we've all taken the 3 cards. We're going to go to the auction phase. That's where we determine who gets all the liquor on the milk truck. See, unlike other auction games, this one gives, for the right price, gives everything to one person.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good to have all that.
You don't want to keep everything. 10 bottles is the max, or your bar is going to be destroyed by Capone, or his henchmen at least. And so you got to think
Watching both of you.
how much value you're putting into that specific truck. So I'm going to look at what I have, what I need. Okay. So when everyone's ready, you'll go ahead and place your meeple out in front of your bar, signaling that you're ready to do a little bit of bidding. And then in a blind hand stack, I, as the auctioneer, will go ahead and count down. 1, 2, 3. I'm bidding 7.
7.
1. We tie, which means we don't get it,
And I get it.
and he gets it
Because I was the highest bidder.
So if there is a tie, like you just saw displayed,
Damn it.
we're disqualified, and Jan gets everything from the back of that truck for the cheapest price possible.
Ever in gaming history.
That's horrible. We might have just handed him the game.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everything else from this point onwards is available to purchase.
Yeah, I'd give you $1 for that bottle of rye.
Give me $2.
I'll give you 3.
Okay, yours. Sold.
Well, we're off to a remarkably off to a good start.
Hey, I have vodka, I have rum, I have beer, I have gin, I have so many things.
Yeah, I mean, at
Can I
a
buy a
certain
vodka
point,
off of you?
Of course you may.
remember, at a certain point, he's gonna have to start giving stuff away.
That's true.
I
He
will
doesn't
give
want to
you
get beat up. You don't
one
wanna-
vodka for the price, 2 vodkas for the price of 1.
You already gave him $3 for a rye.
Yeah, so
So I mean, at this point, you just stop bidding.
no, not necessarily, and that's actually very important. So whenever a player doesn't want to participate in the round, they remove their meeple from their store, come back in, and essentially they do not participate any longer. The point of this being is that if the person that's hoarding all the bottles gets a little bit too stingy, the players might just say, hey, go ahead and keep those bottles, baby, because Capone is going to visit, and that's never good.
Yeah, Jen, speaking of that, I'll give you $1 for a gin a vodka, and a rum.
Can you make that at least 2?
You spent $1 on this entire truck.
Okay, that's true. There you go. Thank you.
All right, I'm just helping out. How much do you have left there? What do you need to keep? What are you getting rid of?
So, I'm actually looking at that right now. Okay, I have a beer that I could give away or any of the other consumables there. What would you all like?
I'll take a vodka.
Okay, vodka is yours.
Thank you.
Sorry. It's kind of difficult to move around in this little table. And
I totally could have and didn't use my auctioneer powers.
Yeah,
That would have been nice to know, wouldn't it?
You should start.
I just handed that to you.
Yeah, but hey, look at that. I have some very happy patrons.
Although I don't know that I wanted to spend $3 on it
True.
to find it out.
You still have 2 more rounds to try it.
Yeah. It might come in handy.
So, it is time to see if Capone comes to visit.
Yeah.
So this is where the henchman's role is going to essentially begin. My responsibility in this game is to essentially just count the bottles that everybody has on the table and make sure that nobody exceeds 10 bottles. So obviously, Mr. Anderson is safe, Cassidy is safe, and I am safe with exactly 10. So after this happens, we now go into serving our clients. And we'll go through Capone when somebody actually deserves to be visited by Capone.
If that happens.
Yeah,
If that happens.
exactly.
So,
It's gonna happen.
go ahead and serve the clients that you have.
So the way that will work is that you will lay out cards in front of you, and for every card that you have, you should be able to give them the amount of alcohol that they are requesting. So you'll put those bottles on top, essentially representing that you have fulfilled that order. Once you fulfill that order, you will count the amount of money that you will receive back. And so money in this game is also victory points. So you want to try and have as much currency as possible in your little bar. Okay, so with that being said, people, what have you made?
I was able to fulfill a gambler and a musician, so I'm going to get $8 for that total.
Nice.
Banker.
So 5, 6, 7, and 8. My
Okay.
apologies,
Very good.
sir. I was able to fulfill for a gambler,
What?
a hustler, and a businessman. So I will be taking
wow.
15.
She got a little bit of everything there.
Whoa, and I was the one that got everything, literally.
Uh-huh.
So I just made 9. I was kind of proud of that, but apparently I shouldn't be.
I don't know. I mean, you got a remarkably good deal.
I did get a remarkably. Thank you,
no.
banker.
Of course.
But I'm kind of sad that, man, the banker kind of beat me to it. That's that's unfortunate. So
I just know my customers.
after we're done, any bottles that were put on top of cards will be delivered back to the truck. So in the final game, the truck is going to have a small compartment where the bottles are going to go in. Again, prototype components. After that, you just keep the cards in front of you. I like to tuck them underneath my board so that I can tally how many of what I have here in terms of the set collection, and then we start anew.
Yeah, so at the start of the round, we're going to go ahead and populate the truck with 12 more bottles. I'm going to go ahead and deal out 4 cards this turn and 5 cards on the next turn. And then we'll go back through the same phases. This will last for 2 more turns.
I don't know. That first round was very beneficial for me. I gotta say.
You got super lucky that first round.
I don't know if it's luck, Anderson. I think it's more than that. I think it's more.
Here's your 4 cards.
Wow. Thank you for being so
Here's your 4
delicate.
cards. Go ahead and populate that truck.
Alrighty, gentlemen, here's the load.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
All right, and damn, take the cards.
Okay. Fine.
There
All
you go.
right, I've taken 1. Jan.
We have now officially entered the auction phase.
Yeah, so everyone's going to determine how much they want that truck.
Well, I know how much I'm betting.
Have you already decided?
No, Cassidy understood.
It's because he bet 1 last time.
Get it? Get it?
Jan, How much are you bidding?
You
I
have
haven't
to-
put my person up front, so you don't know yet.
No.
Because I haven't made a decision.
But I've paid the $3, so I should have held back on that.
You should have, but okay. Here, you may see.
I think you tell the table.
I do?
I believe so.
Ah, why am I being outed? It's not like I got the first pot of beer and alcohol for a single $1. That wasn't me.
What are you bidding, sir?
I'm bidding 7.
Okay.
That's not fair. This game isn't supposed to be fair. That's the entire point of the game. It's actually part of the rules.
On 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at that. I bet $7. Whoa.
I bid 13.
17.
What a surprise.
Cassidy gets the truck.
Yes, she does. And you know what? I like to deal with Cassidy better because she doesn't cheat.
I have yet to win a truck.
You have yet to win.
We've played...
No! Come back!
Okay, so
Cassidy.
Hold on.
Miss Digby,
Let me set up real quick.
you have some bottles.
I do.
I would like some rye. And I will pay you. How many rye do you have?
I have 3.
I would like rye and... Actually, that's all I need. Would you take $3 for the rye?
Cassidy, I'll give you $5 for 2 bottles of rye.
Okay, I will give you 3 for the remaining bottle of rye you have.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, I can only give away 2 bottles of rye.
I will give you
$5.
$6 for a single bottle of rye.
I will give you $7 for the 2 bottles of rye that you have.
I will give you 7 for a single bottle.
I'll give you 8 for the 2.
7 for a single bottle, and then you can upsell it to him for 8. Sounds like a good deal to me.
$7 for a single bottle.
Is that, yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! I am out of this round. And that's how you do it, folks.
Cassidy, I will take your surplus.
You will?
How much surplus do you have?
I'm counting right now.
Maybe that was a strategic error on my part. but-
Did you have no bottles left after that first
yeah,
round?
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
She had
no bottles
nothing.
left,
Yeah.
so you're right at 12, so you have 1 surplus? Mm-hmm. That's it?
Yeah, I know. I actually made a great decision here.
How's this?
Upsell it to him.
No, I'm thinking.
If I back out, Capone hurts us all.
Not me.
Do you have more than $7 left?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. Well,
I only paid $1.
Yeah, that's
in the
true.
in the first auction phase. Legendary. Okay. I don't know. That's a lot of gin.
I have a lot of gin.
I will take a rye.
I cannot give away my rye.
You said you could give 2 of them away.
I said, no, I said I have to give 2 of them. I can only give 1 of them away.
Is that really what she said?
I understood it the way you understood it, but this is just richer. This is perfect.
Funny. But I will trade you 2 bottles of gin for your bottle of beer.
I don't need gin. I don't need gin for much of anything.
Well, he closed down shop.
Fine.
Whoa!
I hope that bottle breaks on the way over to your bar.
It pretty much did, I would say. So everybody stop what you're doing. Capone
All right,
is
I'm
visiting.
pulling back. I'm done with negotiation. Now, just for the record, we could be trading and negotiating any of our served clients,
Yep.
any of our cards behind our bar.
Stop robbing the bank.
We're primarily focused right now on bottles and money, but any of these guys, especially in this last round, are able to be traded because you don't want to be stuck with them or you actually lose money on the last cycle of the game.
Yep.
So it'll get a little bit more chaotic here in a second. Capone, anyone have more than 10?
So my henchman is doing great. I don't have any problems with him. Let's see the banker. The banker is doing pretty well. And finally, that guy over there, the auctioneer is losing by a lot. That is my final decree as Capone. See? Yeah, see?
You're just a henchman. You're not actually Capone.
It's true, I am the henchman.
And he would be
really
But I like to
offended.
act as Capone, though, but he doesn't know that.
So
He can't ever know.
now we're coming to the stage where we serve our clientele.
Hey, you want to guess how many I served? All of them.
All of them? Did you
All
really?
of them.
Did you seriously?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Oh my guys. Oh, and since I serve beer primarily, I'm gonna get $3 additional. It's good to be a henchman. Man. Burp. Burp.
All right. Well, I was able to serve one. Why are we laughing?
No, for no reason. No reason at all. Okay, so
Banker, if I could have $5, please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Banker, may I please have a total of 17? Is that
15, 16,
that still
17.
isn't so much? But thank you.
What?
I was trying. Was this more than the last time? I'm trying to beat your last score. Okay. Yes. Yes. I feel so proud.
Alrighty.
Okay, so
And hold on, let me get my money. 15, 16, 17.
excelente. Okay. It's hard to get tips in this game.
No, it's not.
Well, full tips.
I just got one.
Oh, did you?
I did. Welcome, sir, to the bar world.
Okay. It's hard to fulfill any clients in this game, apparently.
On to the next round.
If you are Jesse Anderson, maybe.
We are on to the next round.
The final round
is going to get 12.
Yes.
We are each going to get 5 potential clients this time.
That's a lot of clients that I don't want or need. I don't know. I'm not too happy about those clients. Okay. I have. What do we have though? Okay. Okay. Selected.
I'm in trouble.
What'd you do?
I'm playing this game.
I don't like any of these. Why would you do this?
I don't like any of what Jesse gave me either.
Oh, but I like that one.
Yes, and I like this one too.
Okay, so we went through. We've passed the 5 cards each around. We've each taken our potential clients. I have way too many behind my board, and it is now time to start the auction phase, where I am in charge and still likely going to lose the auction. 1, 2, 3, 22.
Oh man, 18.
26.
Stop! Why so much?
Because I need the alcohol.
But I needed alcohols.
Well, honey, bid higher.
I'm kind of. Oh man, I thought you were gonna look at my hand. That's why I didn't go super high.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't.
I was just like, oh man. I was scared that you were going to call me out on it.
Yeah, why didn't you call out Cassidy?
Because I didn't have the money. Oh, I shouldn't have paid the 22 to the bank though, because
No.
I keep that.
I mean, I'll take it.
I keep that.
I'll take it.
Oh no.
But no, I didn't want to spend the extra money because I already felt like I was bidding high.
So I feel there's a lot of potential for hate drafting, or not really hate drafting, just hate actions in this game, potentially. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
These I don't need.
I will give you
will
$5
give you-
for a rye, a beer, and a gin,
I'll give you $10
and
for
a
all
rye.
of them. 10 for all of them.
I will give you 11 for all of them.
Stop bidding against me. 12 for all of them.
13 for all of them.
15 for all of them.
16 for all
Jen,
of them.
stop this. This is madness. Do you need like a gambler or anything?
Maybe.
I'll give you
Hey, you know what? How about this?
I'll give you 15 and my
How about
already
you give me a
served-
single rye, and I will give you another card that you can cash in right now.
15 and my already served gambler.
I just need a single rye, and you can get a card that you can fulfill with what you have right there.
But you can't keep that.
Oh, is that already 10
I'm
over
actually,
there?
I'm
That's
already,
10.
no, I'm over 10 on this
You're
side.
over 10 on that side.
But those are what I need.
I'll give you 15, a served gambler for all your excess. Because you're already at max capacity. You don't need any extra cards to serve.
That's true. Okay, how about I give you my flapper and 16.
Gambler's worth more if she's able to complete the set.
Who says she can complete it?
She's checking now.
Oh, I have a single bottle of gin? I didn't know I had a single bottle of gin there. Cassidy, may I please just have a single beer? Please?
He just wants to drink at this point.
Yeah,
you can have the. Oh wait, shit. What? Oh no, I'm good.
Cassie, don't hand.
Yay, thank you.
I'll give him just the one.
You're breaking our deal
No,
down.
no, honey. Actually, I'm not. Do you know why?
Because now you have less than I wanted?
No.
I would love to have a rye if you're willing to give it.
I feel like I made a really good offer, which is being entirely ignored.
So that's what you don't need anymore.
That's what I don't need.
So I can actually
$16
use that.
plus my gambler.
For the rest of the bottles?
Rest of the bottles.
Can I just have a single rye before you give him the rest of the bottle?
No!
I will give you.
No!
I will give you $4
She already
on
gave you
top
a beer.
for that single. So you'll still get the 15 plus a person plus $4 if you just give me a single bottle of rye.
No,
you
'cause
can't.
he'll retract
You
his
can't
offer.
trade
He
to
won't
him
retract
first.
it. Trust me, he won't retract it.
If you're giving him a rye, you're making that
He
pile
can't
less.
retract it because he's gonna lose the game if he doesn't take more people. So he can't retract it. What do you think? So you'll get a total of 19 coins this turn, plus a new character for a single bottle of rye.
It's very tempting.
He cannot say no to you.
I mean, he can.
I don't think he will. That'll be tough. Like he will give if he says no after doing that trade, he essentially is just forfeiting the game so you don't win. That's what he would be doing. So what do you think?
I'll take his 15. I'm sorry, Jan. I already gave you a free beer. I mean,
Not even a single. What if I up it to 6,
I'm sorry.
7, 10? No.
I was like, oh, I'll take the 10.
These go to you.
Those go to me. And your gambler?
Where does this 5 go?
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering that.
I'm assuming I paid you this 5? No, I didn't pay you anything. So is this mine?
I think it's yours.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Because of what just went down, you can have it. As the banker.
Yes. Okay, so
I guess we're on to this. I'm done.
So you are fine. Mr. Anderson, you have angered Capone! No, I'm kidding.
I haven't. I don't.
No,
I don't have over
you're
10.
good.
Yeah.
You have 9.
I've just upset you.
Yes, you
The
have.
squabbling little henchman.
Okay, so that's it. We're done.
Uh-huh.
So now we get to serve our clients.
Fulfilling orders, yeah. What else? Can I fulfill anything?
Oh, come on! Oh, she made so much money!
She literally wiped the floor, and she didn't give me much that I could actually use.
I got 6 coins out of this. Man.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, no, 6 from this guy. 5 plus 1 because I sell beer.
I
Can I
got
please have 6?
I got 15 coins because I have a bonus on each one of the rums.
15?
15. So literally what I paid you.
Yep.
So
So-
all I did was lose a...
I get 25.
Holy crap.
Because 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 for rum. So 25. Now we are,
Jan is sad.
my friends,
She completed the gambler!
last call, so we collect our tips.
Okay, so I get a total of 4 additional coins. That's it for me. That's what I'm gonna use to pay off the coppers.
4.
I get a total of 8
Thank you.
additional coins.
Alrighty.
I'm a little concerned about what she's about to say.
Oh, you mean how I get 14 additional?
Yeah, she does get 14 additional.
Thank you for completing my gambler.
And now, the police have shown up!
6, 7, 8, 9. I'm losing 9.
I'm paying 4.
I pay 3.
What? Come on!
Okay, in the very last phase of this game, everyone add up their money. Whoever is, if there was another player in this game, they'd been in charge of calling out the 1, 2, 3 on the final determination. and then we all reveal how much money we have left. So, if everyone's ready, move your shopkeep to the front of your store. And on 1, 2, 3, 28.
47.
47?
Yeah. Guess how much Cassidy has?
55.
No! That last round really did not do me well.
I didn't do well across the board. So, we finished
Thank
the
you,
gameplay.
gentlemen.
That is the game. Cassidy absolutely destroyed us. If you're just tuning in at this point because you wanted to see our final thoughts on this game, Jan, Cassidy, what are your thoughts on Capone so far?
Oh my god, I love it.
Do you?
I do.
Why?
Is it maybe because you won?
I mean that too.
It doesn't hurt.
I mean, it doesn't hurt either, but I also am a big fan of the Prohibition era, and I've seen a lot of games, like I've played Bootleggers, which is kind of more like Monopoly,
Okay.
but this one is a little more fun, like a little more kind of animated, because there were still set rules for Bootleggers that you had to follow. But this one is just kind of a free-for-all when it comes to the auction, because you're able to shut down the auction. Everybody has to be able to say something in Bootleggers. If you didn't want something, you can just take your meeple away and then close everything down. And I'm very excited. I'm gonna totally back this on Kickstarter.
Yeah?
I'm really
Okay.
excited for this game to see the final cut.
I think the feature that I find the most interesting in a auctioning kind of bidding game like this is the fact that one person buys all of the truck, but they can't keep it. I like that dynamic a lot because it not only rewards the person who spent the money on the truck, but there's also a lot of pressure to make sure you can get rid of your wares and not piss everyone at the table off, because it can be fun just to retract a little bit. I do have to say, I think if I was going to own this game and play it often, I would probably do the advanced version of this game more often than the 3-round version of this game. I
Yeah.
like giving it a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more space, and it'll certainly play better with higher player counts.
Yep.
It's a 2 through 5, and at 2 they have some adjusted rules that make it a little bit more balanced so that you can't be completely screwed by the other person you're playing with. But like any auction, bidding, negotiation game, the more voices you have who are participating, the better that type of game's going to be. What are your first impressions, Jen?
No, yeah, for sure. You actually hit on most of the points that I wanted to touch on.
I normally do. All right, so we'll just wrap this video up.
But, I played a few auction games, and I feel in this one in particular, the lower player counts is a little bit more hard-hitting than usual because of the kind of, it feels lopsided whenever somebody has all that power, because like, for example, I could just take advantage and leave you with 22 points at the end, right? So I feel that for lower player counts, it could probably be a good idea to add some type of balancing factor for those that get completely, outmaneuvered in that auctioning phase in particular. And here's the thing with the whole upkeep phase. For some reason, I can't wrap my head around the whole point of the 10. Like, I feel it's this might be completely different with more players, right? But there was never any threat of Capone in any part of the game. And I feel it would have been interesting to have that happen more often.
It is 4 per player. So that truck gets heavier and heavier the more people you have at the table. At 4 and 5, you're going to be getting way more than 10. So we were filling orders and being pretty careful. We were also fairly friendly in handing out bottles.
Yeah.
I think that is a scale thing. And maybe something in the finished version, maybe it'll be like 5 or 6 bottles per player at the lower player counts. And that's probably still something that they're playing around with. We are playing a fully prototype version of this game.
The final thing that I'll say is that I feel the theme is well served in general.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of missing that deviousness during the implementation of the rules. Like, sure, every rule can cheat in some way, but it didn't feel, I don't know, I didn't feel like a criminal during the game, and I would have liked to see a little bit more of that, like, shenanigans and theory going on, especially behind the board.
There wasn't an opportunity where you had to use your roll outside of double-checking bottles, though. If you'd got to pay to avoid a negative effect that we were all suffering, you probably would have felt a little bit outside of the law to some degree.
I would definitely like to have more happening in the back end. Like, I feel there's something missing in this element of, like, resource management. Like, it'd be interesting if there could be, like, hidden score resources that you can have back here that maybe other players aren't aware of. You know, like, I wish that the end of the game was more of a surprise. Right? That there's public information.
I
you're able
didn't
to
know
tally
Cassidy
out.
was going to basically double my score. That was a surprise.
I saw that one coming, buddy.
I thought you might be below my score. Your
No.
40 something was a bit of a surprise.
His 47.
Yeah. So how
47.
poorly I played the game was a surprise to me.
Not to me.
I would agree, and I normally agree with the sentiment that I want more depth in simple games. This is fairly simple, and so there's part of me that would agree with you saying, like, I always want them to be a little bit messier. And there's things you can imagine from that era that would be fun to utilize, right? But the question would be, how much of a different game does it then become?
Exactly.
You know, would it be complicated and advanced to the point where it's no longer a quick, like, 45 to 60 minute type of game that you can sit around and play with some people that are new? It becomes a game that you and I sit down and play for 2 or 3 hours with our core gaming group.
Like I said, I just feel a little bit more interactivity could happen on your side of the board, like secretly, that you can plan better for that end game.
Well, there you have it. If you've watched to this point, you've seen the gameplay, you've seen the interaction, you've enjoyed looking at me.
And me.
So if you've made it to this part in the video, you will have watched the gameplay, heard some of our final thoughts, some things that we'd like possibly adjusted between now and when this game actually comes to retail. And you've hopefully been able to make up your mind on if this is a game that'll serve you and your gaming group very well. If that is the case, if any of those things are the case, if you've enjoyed the video that we've produced, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts around Capone, whether or not you were able to get the print and play version of this that I know they've released about a month in advance of the actual Kickstarter so that you can see if it fits your gaming group. And if you have any ideas around kind of adjustments or elements that could be incorporated into this style of game. Or if you're just like Cassidy is, excited and already sold on the idea of the Kickstarter. Whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you next time. Thank you.